Testing 1, 2, testing. Shalom, Israel. We are the ISUPK, started off 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yahanna. We started off 1969, where we teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians make up the 12 tribes of Israel. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. No Muslim church, no Christianity. We are the ISUPK, unaffiliated with any of those outside faction groups. Um, this is a Lashawan Qadash class here in Greenville, South Carolina, and we're teaching the ancient Hebrew, as you can see on our chart over here, and the Assyrian Hebrew. Okay, so get out your notes and make sure you get your pencil. I see we have people in class, and what we teach, um, we don't have a debate for. This is not a class of debate like that. Um, the Lord, the Most High, has given us the Lashawan Kodash from the ancient Hebrew. Maybe I need to do a class where we have a particular class that can be debatable, but this one's not right now. We don't have that. We can refer you later on if you need to debate about this. I don't have time for that. Just pick up your notes. Most people, if you're Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians of the 12 tribes of Israel, make sure you tune in. You know, tune in for this class here. Make sure you guys pay your tithe and offering to the Most High. Under command of General Yahanna, so we can get this work done. That's the main thing. That's where the money goes. Make sure you pay your Passover fees, $200. Okay. Let's see who we have in class. Who got in class?
We have UPK Shaw, Officer Shaw.
Officer Shaw, right? And any more men in there? That's okay. How about Shemi? How was Shai Baraka Thumb to my brothers, right? Then we have Takwa.
We have Rapqua.
Rapqua.
We have Brooke.
Brooke Robson. We're gonna work on your name, Brooke. Soon as you get your things together, we'll talk about that later on. But right now we're in class, right? Okay. Who else? We got a Howard Bob.
We have Izara.
Izara. Well, let's clap up for class right here. Right, exactly right. Damn right. How was Shema Alataba Hashimi? How was Shy? To all of my sisters, I should have said Yahweh Shema Alathan by Shemi How was Shy. That's all to all the sisters, right? But Lashwan Kodash, I know we're back this week having a full class, and we're going to do the class on the. Make sure you guys get your pencil and paper out. We're going to do the class on the 12 tribes of Israel. We'll get you the guys to understand where the 12 tribes of Israel originated from. Lock it. Oh, lock it right there. Turn my cords around here. 12 tribes of Israel and who they are, because that's who we're saying that we are. Well, the Most High is saying that we are his children. That's what you got to understand. The 12 tribes of Israel, right? Understand that part. Okay. Um, let's see. And the Most High, where's that at here? 12 tribes of Israel. There we go. Okay. Well, you see, like in Numbers 1 and 18, I believe we've discussed in Sabbath services, are going to be discussed tomorrow. Make sure you tune in for Sabbath services. I'll read it here. And they assembled themselves, all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers. So the 12 tribes of Israel is declaring their pedigrees by the house of their fathers. That means when you go from Judah all the way to Issachar, only the 12 tribes of Israel can be established to be the Most High's people. That's what it's saying. That's how we know that we are the 12 tribes of Israel. That makes sense? So you got people, we all the way from man. And of course, when we were in slave ships here, as I said in Deuteronomy 28:68, man, we've been scattered all around the world when they brought us here on ships from Turks and Caicos, Barbados, Dominican, Central America, Panama, Costa Rica, Puerto Rico. Let's see, where else? Puerto Rico, Cuba, the North American Indian Wall here already, along with some of the black people from Europe. Hey, listen, we're scattered. You got the Seminole Indian, the Reuben Indian, Asher. You got people from Colombia, Uruguay. We're going to get you to identify that when you're going to test your Hebrew. Make sure you can identify these tribes, right? Argentina, Chile, and of course Mexico. Anybody else, all of those people from the Hawaiian Islands, we're not affiliated with them. They're not our people. That would be a tribe from like JPEF, right? Uh, some of them. Okay, so let's get going. We good?
Um,
Did I read that? Yeah, I read that. Okay. Um,
mhm.
okay, yes. Yeah, Brooke, work on that. We'll be patient with you here and out in there, but just work on your we know that you're having a little difficulties right there. Just work on that. I think everybody else is patient as well, right? Okay. Um, let's go. What we're gonna do is get you guys to identify. The Most High said he declares basically where we would be. You got to understand where we would be uh, after we were put in slavery and we were put here on the Lord tells us where we would be after our venture enslaved here in Americas, right? And on the coast and the Caribbeans and all the different places. Most High said where we would be. He told us that in our 12 tribes charts, right? For instance, like this, the chart in Israel. Let's see. Uh, Let me see here. Like for instance, Ephraim, where he wound up in Puerto Rico, a lot of them, right? Because you have the Arawak Indian indigenous group of South America and root particular partialities. I'm sorry, yeah, partialities in the Amazon, Chaco valleys, part of the Andes Mountains, right? Okay. The Taino and Indian, we're talking about different tribes over here in America and also in Puerto Rico. These were Indian people that are our people, right? Taino Indian. Before the arrival of the Spanish, the Taino Indian descended from South American Arawaks, those Indians of our people, right? Were the dominant culture in the much of the Caribbean. See, we were dropped off everywhere. A lot of places, of course, we wound up in the Americas. We were here before any white man ever was anyway. But when they dropped us off on the slave ships, we're showing you some areas that they dropped us off on for their own gain. And just like the white man always does, Edomites, that's what he does, right? He wants to do something for his own gain. So he used us for slaves, right? And of course, what I say, Taino Indians, Taino, Arawak, and some other tribes. The Chaco, let's see, Chaco Valleys. Yeah, this is what the Arawak. Yeah, okay. So, did I say that? Right. Okay. Uh, let's see. Anything else I want to read on that? I want you to guys. So, if you're ready to get your pencil and paper out and start decide transliteration of some of these words, we're gonna let you guys do that real quick here. Um, well, I don't know about quick, but we'll let you guys handle that. All right, let's handle the first one right here. Let's see, where's the red dot here? We'll show you, like, can they see that? The first one, we guys want you to understand what that first word is in Hebrew. You got to do a transliteration on that. We'll go to the first one. Follow that little red dot there. A lot of people try to jump ahead, but then again, I like to stay within the bounds of the class. The 12 tribes of Israel, right? That makes sense? So let's figure that out. 12 tribes of Israel, okay? So that's what I want you guys to do. The biblical Hebrew names and the nations, where they came from, or where we came from, and where we would be. You'll find that in Genesis 25, all the way down to Genesis 10, I believe. But anyway, go check that out. Okay? Come up with the first one. I want you to transliterate what this is. You got to remember now, this is done in ancient Hebrew. Ancient Hebrew. So the ancient Hebrew going to have only connectors. Understand that? So y'all work on that. Let me know. We'll get some asses up in here. Let's get cracking on it. This is class, right? 101. The 12 tribes of Israel, right? Let's see. And of course, there's no rush. And take your time, everybody, on this as people get their answer in there. You know. Make sure you understand, because the Lord told us where we would be and where we would wind up. You know, that's the whole thing. That's what people need to understand. That's how that's how you know who we are. You know, the 12 tribes. That's how you know who we are. Now we're the 12 tribes of Israel. And like we came from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. In order to come from the 12 tribes of Israel, you have to qualify to be Abraham, Isaac, and under Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Not just Abraham. You know, you got to be Abraham, Isaac, and Isaac had a son named Jacob. And Jacob had 12 tribes. He had those 12 sons, man. You know, some of one time we were and captive to all the different nations. But this last one, we got thrown all across the coast of the Caribbeans, all the way to Americas, all over everywhere. And this is what we're going over on the board. But this first one, we got some answers up there. What we got?
Fakwa has.
Fakwa, okay.
Let me read them in order.
Right.
Fakwa has, the first one is Yahanna.
Yahanna? Spell that.
YAHAWADAH.
Wait a minute.
YAHAWADAH. WA.
All right, start over again.
Slakia.
Is that it?
YAHAWADAH.
Yeah, anytime you're reading, always pronounce it according to the actual sound. Don't skip it over, like Yah, Y-A, Ha, H-A, Wah, W-A, Da, D-A, then H. It'd be a lot easier than that. Okay, who wrote that?
That was Rakwa.
Okay, Rakwa. Anybody else?
Fakwa
Right.
has Yah, Y-A, Ha, H-A, Wah, W-A, Da, D-A-H.
Yeah. So that sounds like it's gonna be right. You agree with that? Everybody else agree with that? Brooke, y'all got it?
Brooke
And Shar and all y'all? Okay.
Azara.
And Azara, you got the same thing too?
It's kind of one.
Yeah. Let's clap it up for class then. That's exactly right. Damn right. And what this? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Mike Love is checking in.
Mike Love, yeah. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatha to Mike Love or Barakathan to all of my brothers, okay? That's checking the class, right? Here's what you got to understand. That word Yahweh means this, Judah. Y'all with me on that? You can see this real good. Who do you think Judah is nowadays? Anybody? Who is Judah? What tribe would Judah be? What do you think? Anybody? What tribe would you think Judah would be? Anybody answered in the chat there, if y'all could.
Brooke says she can't see the whole.
Huh?
She says she can't see the whole chart.
How about the chart?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brooke, you need to take a picture of that chart so you can.
She's on.
Huh? Oh, you don't. You need to take a picture of that chart so you can see it. How about that? Because we can't go back. We're the split screen, right? How about that? That better? Okay.
Okay. She has an answer for you.
What you got?
She says it's Black America.
Black America or black people, right? So we want to say what? Negroes? Negroes or black, right? That's what that is. She says the Negroes too, right? Or simply black, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, and that's where will we be in America, right? That's where we are. We're situated right here in the Americas, man. That's what we are. They call us Yahwadah. Is our 12 tribe name is actually Yahwadah. Okay, mm-hmm. That's what that is. Okay, all right, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. All right. So has everybody else got that right there?
Brooke says she has got the chart now.
Oh, she got the chart. Yeah, there you go. That's it. That's it. Exactly right. You got that chart? All right, let's work on if we got that right, let's work on the next one here. Wow, excuse me. A lot. The next red dot right there. That's where we are. All right. Work on this next one here. This. Go see what this does is help you teach the 12 tribes, and it helps teach you how like we've been doing, how to write in Assyrian or ancient Hebrew. In this case, it's ancient Hebrew. It's like, okay. That's what you got to realize. That's what we're trying to do. That makes sense? Mm-hmm. I don't know why that thing turns over there like that. Okay. Work on this next one here. The next one is going to tell you where the next tribe come from. That's what we want to get you to see, right?
Who has an answer?
Mm-hmm. Who has an answer? Okay, hold on for a second here. Okay. But Brooks got an answer. Got you. Because so these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, and Ham, and Japheth. Of course, we come from the tribe of Shem. All these other nations are not our tribe. You find that in Genesis 10, right? That's what you want to understand where our tribes came from the children of Shem. Okay. That's what you got to understand. So what you got?
Okay, we have a couple of answers.
All right.
Brooke has Na, N-A.
What?
She has Na, N-A. Ya,
Oh.
Y-A.
Okay. N-A-Y-A.
Kan. Ma, M-A. Y-A. Ya, Y-A-W. Y-A-W.
Y-A-W.
Kind of. Izra has an answer and Dr. Bob has an answer.
Okay.
Bakawa. Okay.
Nawamayam. Okay. What's the other answer you got?
Okay. Izra has Ban, B-A-N.
Okay.
Yam, Y-A-M. Yan, Y-A-N.
Did you tell me that? Spell that again for me. B-A-N.
Ban, B-A-N.
Right.
Yam, Y-A-M.
Oh. Y-A-M? Oh, Y-A-M. Okay. Okay.
Yan, Y-A-N.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Radqua has an answer.
Right.
Our answer is Ban, B-A-N, Y-A-M, Y-A-N.
Okay. All right. That it?
Kind of one.
Okay. What do you got for the answer?
Salaka.
Okay.
I have the same thing.
Right here. Okay. Good. Now I think it is. I think it is Banyamyam. I think Brooke, you had one of the letters off there, but very close there. Could you give me that again? B.
B-A-N.
Okay.
Ban.
We'll get y'all answer. Y.
Yam, Y-A-M.
Okay.
Yan, Y-A-N.
All right. Okay. How do you pronounce that? Looks like Ban Yam Yan. Right?
Kind of one.
Ban Yam Yan. That's what that is. That's what Ban Yam Yan. Who is Ban Yam Yan? What does that sound like? Anybody that's been in class before or whatever? Who is Ban Yam Yan? Because that's what the Bible says that we are. That's what this is. That's what that word is, because that's we're describing the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay.
Azra has an answer.
Azara, what you got?
She says it's Benjamin.
She said Benjamin.
So is Radqua.
Radqua, okay. That's what it is. Okay. Let's clap it up for class. Exactly right. Benjamin. Who are Benjamin, man? So, because so far, Benjamin, right? Who is that? Who is Benjamin? Who is that? Who is that fella? Those are the people from the West Indies, right? You know, those are people basically, Benjamin or people from the West Indies, okay? So really, I need to put it over here. Yeah, well, you can say Benjamin. You can say, we can put it over here, Judah, Benjamin, okay. We can put these are people from the West Indies. Y'all know what I'm saying when I say that?
God.
What? That's like the people in the Caribbean, right? That's right. Our Negroes are basically blacks. You know, not African, but just the black people here in America. We call them Negroes, but that's basically what that is. But when you go to Benjamin, Banyamyan, That's where we get this word for. That's what the Bible calls the 12 tribes of Israel. Banyamyan. See? See that better? Yeah. Yeah, right there. Banyamyan. Okay, right there. West Indies. Those people in the West Indies. What does that mean? Like down there where they drink the rum and stuff like that. Well, name me a place down in the West Indies. That's Turks and Caicos.
Jamaica.
Jamaica, yeah, man. Those kind of people. You see them right there? That's what this is. They down there, man. They go down there, no worries. When I went down there, man, they drinking rum and say, hey, what's up with this? And say, no worries, man. We'll fix it for you. We'll get this straight. You need more rum? Here you go. That's Benjamin all the way, right? Okay. Now, okay. So y'all cool on that, right? All right, here, let's work on the next one here. Let's work on the next one. That's good. Now we're down to this one right here. Let's work on that, okay? Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's yeah, we always have people that love to try to protest the ISUPK, but you can't, we're the children of the Bible. You're mad because the 12 tribes of Israel or Judah and so forth, Benjamin, and we're going to go all the way down and show you all the 12 tribes. If you're at home eating a pork chop or some fried shrimp, then you're not part of us. you may be, and if you are and you don't know no better, you need to get an ISUPK if you're Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, and get away with all of these different things that people are doing that they don't know no better and they don't have any clue of what's going on. You get into the ISUPK and the Commander General Yahanna so you can understand. We don't go, this is not a class for debate. We've already established who the 12 tribes are. You ain't inventing no wheel up in here, nasty Nates up in here. Take your slap going AOS somewhere else. Yeah, we kick you out clean out the class. But anyway, all right. So where we at?
We have some answers.
Yeah, what we got?
Okay. Thakawa has.
Mm-hmm.
She has.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, she changed her answer.
Right.
Okay, so let me give you her new answer.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Where we at? This answer here?
other one.
Talk to me.
She has Lao, Law,
LAW.
Ya, Ya.
Okay. Who did that?
That was Thakawa. Raikwa has Law, Lawya.
Okay. So far it's the same, right? It's a short word. Go ahead.
Izara has La, Ya, Lawya.
Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah. Let's clap it up for class again, man. Damn right. That's what it sounds like. So what does that spell? Lawya. Anybody out there? What does so far we'll let you guys do it until you can not do it. I see you doing wonderful on your transliteration. Y'all doing excellent out there. This is like excellent. We appreciate that. That's the reason why I don't like people to come in class who try to interrupt. Not talking to my students here, but you have people come in try to interrupt and try to debate. This ain't a debate, man. We've already established 12 tribes of Israel. We know who we are. You can take your crazy stuff and go eat your pork chop at home somewhere. That's all I know. So where you at? Lawyer. What does lawyer really mean? Well, we're gonna tell you what lawyer is. Y'all, okay. Anybody? How about this word right here? Who is that word? Anybody in the audience? Tell me what that is. Who that person is right there. Who is that? Okay.
Raquel has an answer, and Azra has an answer.
What you got?
Azra says Levi.
Levi.
And
who else?
Raquel has Levi.
They both have Levi. Lawyer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's, and I'm sure Brooke and all the rest of y'all got this right, because Levi is lawyer. And who is lawyer? Who is Levi?
The Haitians.
The Haitians, right? They're the Haitians, okay? All right. And the Haitians are in a place called Haiti. That place, Haiti, right?
Okay.
I've never been in Haiti, but I've been in the town next to it. I think I spelled that right, Haiti. They're right next to that island, what you would have. It's a bigger island called Puna. What is it? Not Puna. Dominican Republic. Okay. They're situated right next to them. So the Haitians, those are our brothers, man, down there. Situated near, right next to the Dominican Republic. Okay. And they're called the Haitians. They're our brothers, man. So far we have Yahanna, Judah, the Negroes, the blacks, right? The West Indies, Banyamyan or Benjamin. That's what we have, Banyamyan or Yahawada. And then the last one, Law Yah. You notice the emphasis on these Hebrew connectors. That's what you got to pay attention to. These connectors here. That's how you are able to spell these words so easily, especially in the ancient Hebrew. All right. I'm going to do a video on connectors and real soon here and how they're to be used. Okay. Now that makes sense. So let's follow this. So far so good. The Haitians. Anybody, y'all know the Haitians. The Haitians, those are the people that we had here. They had come to the nation here, and those Edomites drove them back. And man, and we're the ones that Commander General Yahanna had our people to go down there in Houston to help the Haitians, right? Feed them, gave them clothing, drink, food, and help them. And then this nation right here, so dastardly, man, came and pushed them back from this land that our people actually owned in the beginning. So that's how bad off the Haitians are getting it, man. Lawyer. We have some brothers here in the ISUPK up in I'm pretty sure all around, but I know a brother. We call him Lawyer. Levi. It's New York. I think it's Yadazak. No, it's not it's not Yadazak. I'm sorry, Slocky. What is his name? Anyway, I'll think up a second. It's Officer 5000. Is it Yanazar? I think it's Yanazak. Yanazak. I think that's what it is. Anyway, Yanazak, I think. But anyway, he's from the tribe of Levi. He always knows what's going on down there. But with the 12 tribes of Israel, we got brothers everywhere around here, man. That makes sense? All around. Haitian, right? They speak now French down there. The nation is going through a lot of torment, a lot of things going on with them. But they're our brothers, man. And our people helped them. Just letting you know, down in Houston, Captain Yatazak helped them when it came to feeding our people down there, Levi, right? The Levites were who? Moses, Aaron, Those, you all just understand that the one that did the sacrifices of the animals and stuff like that. Those were your Levite. That's what Moses was. Okay, you see a Levite, you're looking closely at what Moses would have looked like. You know, some of them can look like Judah, but some of them look like Levites. That's all our brothers, right? They make sense. Hell, it could have looked like a Benjamite. We all look alike, man, when it comes to this. But you know, we have different brothers, light skin, dark skin. But so far, we have the Negroes, the blacks, Yahanna, that's Judah, Bunyamin, which is Benjamin. Bun Benjamin comes from the West Indies, and the Haitians come Haiti. Um, right now are situated, not comes from, they are situated because of slavery. They're situated in their nation now. Okay. What's the next tribe? Let's go to figure this one out here. This red dot right there. Go to the next one. That one. Okay. All right. And then the next one I'm gonna give you guys maybe is one at a time here. Yeah. It's yeah. Yatazar, yeah. Yatazar, yeah, that's it. Clap it up for that brother Yatazar. Damn right. Levi. He represents Lawyer, the tribe of Levi. And then I'm sure there are other Haitians here in ISUPK. But let you know that we got Yatazar and the other brothers that are Haitians here, man, in ISUPK from all the way across the nation here in different places, right? And this place of we're in slavery, man. This place of captivity down here. You know, that makes sense. Just make sure you're drinking your whatever your favorite beverage there. You know, your yan or your mayam or whatever you want to drink. Mm, that keeps me going. Y'all, and now make sure I ain't making no mistake here. We'll take the time to pronounce these. Um, make sure you got your Hebrew connectors properly because I'm doing this in the ancient Hebrew class. This is all ancient Hebrew. I don't want to mix it up. When I'm doing the 12 tribes, anything related to Israel, I always use the ancient Hebrew, the original. Because you can get confused a little bit when you use the Assyrian Hebrew. You got to really know what you're doing there. I ain't gonna lie. And so when I'm in doubt, I always go there to the ancient Hebrew. That makes sense. All right. Right. Y'all take your time and get that right because it's part of your understanding of these tribes. You have to be able to transliterate. I don't want to do it for you. I want you to do it because that's how you learn Hebrew. Okay. But take your time. We ain't in no hurry. Make sure you get it exactly right, because one of these days I'm going to give you this lesson, and I'm going to give you both, and I'll give you some lessons in Assyrian, which makes it a little harder. We coming up with some answers now.
Kind of, I don't know.
All right.
You have one in.
All right. We'll let some more answers come. Some more people come in and give their answer. See what you think. Okay. And take your time, everybody. Let's get it straight. Yeah, take your time. All right. What we got?
Bakwa has an answer. Bakwa.
Dr. War, what you got?
She's got Shah, SHA,
Yeah.
My, MAI, Wan, WAN.
Like that?
MAI.
Okay. Huh?
She has Shah, SHA,
Right.
Ma, MA,
M.A.?
kind of out of one. I, MAI, Ma, I.
I'm going to leave it like that.
Okay. And Isra has Shah, SHA,
Right.
MI, my, one, WAN.
Right. She got it. Dr. War, I'm just going to leave it like that because the rule is when you got an I there, which is hard to understand sometimes, you don't need the A there. That's a real rule there. That's hard to get, but I mean, I do it sometime. I have to look to see what I'm doing sometime on that, right? Um, did I have it? Did I written? Did I? Ooh, what is that? Oh, I'll tell you. Shit. Yeah, right. Exactly. Shah Ma Wan. And if I'm not mistaken, that's right. Shamai Wan. Shamai Wan. You don't need an A there because where's my pencil?
She said council.
She understands?
Kind of out of one.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And that's a lesson. It's rough to understand that because you're told to drop, or I mean to keep that sound full sound. But anytime you have connectors anywhere, that is a what you got? We got connectors that an I is in front of, or an A is in front of, you have to beware of what's going on, especially when they have a connector that joins two sounds. Okay, and what's that connector called again? Dependent connector. And an independent connector, of course, it doesn't matter. When you see that dependent connector, especially when the eye is involved, something special going on now. That's a rule that it's hard to get used to. Shemayim. Who is Shemayim? Anybody? Shamawan. Now, since we just talked about Levi, Shamawan would be right next door to it. Who would that be? We mentioned it, right? It would be who? It would be, anybody got a guess? It would be these people will be called this. Simeon. Well, who is Simeon? Well, Simeon or your what? Dominicans, right? Where is Dominican? Dominica, right? In those islands place, right? No. People would call it in Dominican islands, but Dominica, that's where that's those islands down there, Dominican. Shamawan, Simeon. Okay, Dominican. Who are the Dominicans? Who are the people down living in Dominican? That's those people are Simeon. Spell it right, yeah, Simeon. Okay, Simeon. That's another son. So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sons. Simeon is another son there. Okay, now these are not necessarily in order that they were born, because Judah was the first, Salakia, the fourth born. I ain't gonna get into the order. I'm just listing them, right? Dominican. So what is the Dominican? That's like Dominican Republic down there, right? That's what you gotta understand. The Simeonites. So that's like Dominican Republic, right? Dominican. I've been there. Dominican Republic. Yeah, that island is the same island. It makes one island all big together there. Levi and Simeon, they were say that they would be always fighting each other in that area. And I had a chance to. I think it was State Route 3. I almost went down there and went across, and then Levi. And I thought about it. I said, "Nah, I stay over here in Dominican and stayed on that side." That's what you got to understand, right? So let's work on this one, Dominican. Let's work on this one right here, the next one. Everybody get it right?
Everybody got it.
Yeah. All right, let's clap it up for class. Damn right. So far, everybody got that right, okay? So we have Yahanna, Judah, Benjamin, right? Benjamin, Lawyer, Levi, Shamawan, Simeon. And that sounds like Shamawan, Simeon. Okay, Lawyer, Levi, yeah. Benjamin, Benjamin. Yahweh doesn't sound like nothing like Judah, but we could say Yahweh, Yahweh, Judah, something like that. Yahweh, Judah. But that's what it is, just Judah. Okay? All right, let's work on this next one here real quick. Okay. All right. The 12 tribes of Israel. That's what we're doing down here. All right. Understand that. Now we got another one going on down here, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Quiet tonight in class, isn't it? That's because people are thinking. And then the Bible says that's how you know that when the Lord he separated nations, he separated Ham, Shem, and Japheth, and he made sure he gave Shem, of course, that portion of Shem that came from the 12 tribes of Israel, their portion too. That's why it says these are the family of the sons of Noah. And you call it when it says Ham, Shem, and Japheth, well, we came from Shem, of course. Now the other nations came from Shem, but none of them came from uh, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's where the 12 tribes of Israel come from. Okay. All right. Sorry. Like it. Yes, that's we're working on what the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Working on the 6-1 down here. Of course, not necessarily in order of the 12 tribes of Israel, but yet indeed we are working on the 6 if we get them done all the night. You got some answers going on?
Well,
All right. Let's wait and see what we got here.
um, Fakuwa has an answer.
She has an answer. All right.
One.
Okay.
You ready?
All right. What we got?
She has Za, Z-A,
ZA.
uh,
Okay.
Ba, B-A,
Okay.
La, L-A, and Wan, W-A-N.
Does everybody else think the same thing with that?
Count on one.
The Z there.
Mm-hmm.
As you notice that Z, I don't have that little kickstand on the middle there. Like right there. That's how you know the difference. Because they look alike. The Z and the Wa and the slide. And the Ya sort of look alike. But one slanted. I didn't slant this one that well. That one slanted pretty good. But the Z is not slanted at all. That's how you know it's a Z. That's right, Thakowa. Anybody else got that?
Izara.
Izara, what you got?
She's got Za, Z-A, Ba, B-A, La, L-A, Wan, W-A-N.
Anybody else thinking like that? Everybody, you agree with that? Everybody, Brooke and Hawaba and
Michael Love.
Michael Love. We'll know. See if y'all agree with that. That's it. Okay.
Rakwa says concert. I agree.
Rapqua says she's agreed. Okay, got you. Good. So everybody's in agreement with that. So
And Mike.
And Mike Love?
Michael Love said con.
Yeah, let's clap it up. Go ahead, everybody.
Brooke.
Brooke?
Yeah.
So everybody agree with that then. So that means we're on board with that. Zabalawan. Zabalawan. Okay. Who in the world is Zabalawan? Anybody can actually guess who that is? Zabalawan. Who in the world is that? What does it sound like? Zabalawan. Starts with a Z. I think it's the only one, 12 tribe that start with a Z. Zabalawan. Who's that? But that's one of the 12 tribes, letting you know that the Most High had 12 tribes, and one of them started with a Z. Zabalawan would be what? That tribe would be called Zebulon. Zebu, I think it's spelled like that. Either A-N or, let me look at it and make sure I spelled it right. Oops, that's O-N. Slocky. Gotta spell them right. That's O-N, Zebulon. Or Zabalawan, or Zabalawan. Okay? That's Zebulon. Now, who is that? Zebulon. Those are the people that live where? In Guatemala. Anybody know any Guatemalans? Guatemala. Or Panamanians. Panama. Did y'all know those were your brothers? Did y'all know these were your brothers? That's what that is. That's what they're saying. That's no G-U-A-T-E. G-U-A lock it. G-U-A-A-T-E. Guatemala. Now I know some Guatemalans. I know a brother. Guatemalans, man. You know, they built a lot of pyramids down there in the nations down in that area. Like the Incas, I imagine. Guatemalan, right? But that's what Zabalawans like. And some people from Panama, I knew some people from Panama. But that's what you got, Guatemalans. Those are brothers, man. That's what you got to understand. You got Negroes, blacks, West Indies, or basically look like Negroes. You just say Yaman. And Haitians, Haiti, same people, black people, right? Dominican Republic, I seen down in Dominican Republic, and Dominican or Simeon, those people go from light to dark, you know. Guatemalans, most of them a little lighter, but that's okay. They're our brother. They look more like the Indian tribes, Arawak, and all of those tribes. Um, I think he was telling me what tribe he was from, one of those Indian tribes, and I forgot a little bit. But the Panamanians that live down in Panama, it's like Central America. Y'all know what the little strip down there between Mexico and South America? That's where these people would be. And those people that I'm saying, these people are part of the 12 tribes of Israel. Understand that. Those are your brothers down there. That's what you want to understand. That's what the Most High, that's the reason why we're doing this class, so you'll know who you are. So you'll know to separate from who? All these other nations. Don't want to get into another class, it'll be confusing there, right? Sometimes you have to say a little bit about it. But this is the 12 tribes and where they would be after all of the slavery. No, after during the slavery, we're still in slavery. Where we are. Yeah, let me get back in the picture. And where we are, that's what this is. We're in slavery, and the Most High is showing you where we will be situated in slavery. Right? We're still, no matter we wake up in the morning, we still got a lot of slavery going on up in here. You may think because you got a paycheck, oh yeah, because a long time ago they ain't give us no money in slave. Mm-hmm. But you got a paycheck, you just still getting slave. You get slave labor, you might as well. We should be making $50, $60, $70 an hour, and they giving us, how much you get? $10.50 an hour. Right? God. That's slavery, man. I expect you. What the hell you gonna make? How you gonna pay your rent $1,600 a month on $10.50 an hour? You got to have 3 jobs, man, just to make it. That's $30 an hour, $10.50 an hour, right? You know what I'm saying? What is that? 31.50 an hour. How you gonna make money? You can't pay your rent. You'll be sleep halfway dead by the time you come in. You know, your wife wake you up, but you may wake up trying to feed the children peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That's all you can put on the table because you can't sleep. You can't do anything. You can't rest. Why? Because you're tired from working 3 slave jobs that Esau has put you under. And these tribes, all of these tribes are uh, given bad jobs, bad food, bad labor. But yet and still, this is how you know. This is how you know that we're mourning because we don't have any peace, man. We don't have a Yahushua to come down here to take over. But that's what's going to happen. But we're still mourning. We're still in mourning, right? We're still doing that. We're still. That's how you know until we can get ourselves situated a little better, right? Here, where's that text at? Let's see if we can find it, right? Let's see if we can find that. How you know we still in trouble down here, right? Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Let's find out. Wow. Let's see. Where's that text there? So I think I got it. Hmm. Hold a minute. Ben. Okay. Here we go. Wait a minute. How in the world? get it straight here. There we go. Here it is, Proverbs 29:2. Salakia. We don't have a righteous leader in place right now. You know, if it was, these 12 tribes would not be mourning. We're mourning because we don't have the proper jobs that we need to feed ourselves, man. That's what it is. The Bible says this: when the righteous are in authority, that's Yahweh Shai, man. When he set up the 12 tribes to run this earth, and when Yahweh Shai is our king, that should be ahead of all those tribes, right? When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. That's how you know we will be in our heaven. But right now, it says this: but the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. What rule are we under now? The people beareth rule, man. We're mourning. But we barely got a car to put on the road. We barely got shoes to put on, man. I can't even buy me no jogging pants, man. We got a bad. I got socks, you know. We're slaves. Back then, a long time ago, our slaves wore barefoot in these hot regions, of course, in the snow. You're gonna have to put on something if it ain't nothing but was it corn shucks and tie them up to go to go pick this man's cotton and this wheat, man. But the Bible, let's read it again. This is how you know that the 12 tribes are still in mourning. Okay, and we ain't finished with them, by the way. Proverbs 29:2, followed on. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. We are not in authority. So we're mourning. Understand that. We're crying, we're weeping, right? Okay, that makes sense. When the people rejoice, and then it says, when the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, Esau's bearing rule right now, Edomites, the people mourn. Y'all got that straight? Okay, we good? All right, all right, all right. Let's go with it. Let's do this last one up in here. The last one on the chart on the board right here. Let's get that one, okay? So far we have Yahweh, Judah, Bunyamin, Benjamin, Lawyer, Levi, Shamawan, Simeon, and Zabalawan, Zebulon. Okay? All right. So let's work on the last one. All right. Y'all, let's get this last one here done. And before we may not get all 12 of them done tonight. We'll work on them next week, and then we will start on something else new. But let's at least, because I'm going to, yeah, we may not get them all done tonight. Because I don't have to rewrite them anyway. Let's work on this last one here tonight. Go ahead.
You have some answers.
Oh, what we got? We got some answers up in here? All right, what we got?
Okay, we have Brooke first, and she has A-H, Pa, P-A, R-A, Ra,
R-A,
Yam, Y-A-M. Okay, and Sakua has A-H, Pa, P-A, Ra, R-A, Z-A-M, Zam.
Takawa wrote that?
Sakua.
Takawa, if you can see this little stick on this Z, that's actually, it's supposed to be slanted. Maybe let me change that to a slant so you can see a little better. Because the Z never has a little stick on it. Let me try this Takawa. Like that. Let me do it a little more slanted than that because I want her to get the point. like that,
She says lucky.
right? Takawa. Let her know that that's different than the Z out here. That's got a little stem on it like this, and that would be a ya
Okay.
like this. So I know she got it right because she's trying to make it a Z. So I don't have no problem with that.
She says I see now.
Yeah, of course. It is probably because of my writing, but it's everybody. I think Brooke and
Azura.
Azara, Takawa,
They have
and who else?
um
Hawaba. Y'all all have what?
AHPA
Right,
RA
right.
Yam YAM.
Aparium, right?
Okay.
Who in the world is Aparium? Anybody know?
Rook said Ephraim.
Mm. Brooke on the stick, ain't
Yes. She's quick.
she got that one today.
Okay.
Ephraim. Ephraim. She ain't she ain't wasting no time with that. Okay, let me spell it right. Ephraim. Now, who is Ephraim? She's right, because that's the other son. Who is Ephraim? Anybody? She's right. All y'all are right. Aparium is correct. You would have Ephraim. That's one of the children. You got Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulon, Ephraim, Aparium. We got a lot of Ephraim in our nation, even people that I know. Okay. All right. So what we got here? Who is Ephraim?
Uh,
Who is that?
I'm sorry. Thakuwa says Puerto Ricans, and Raquel says Puerto Ricans.
Clap it up then. Damn right. They're exactly right. They're Puerto Ricans. Y'all know Puerto Ricans, right? Puerto Rican. What happened there? Why is that called Puerto Ricans, man? I mean, because we're still in slavery though, all of us. When they came to that land there, I used to watch Commander Joe Yahanna back in the days when he called them rich port. That's what he said. But that's what they were. That's what they were. It had a lot of riches on that port, man. And probably still do. But that's what the Spaniards came and ripped that country apart. The Puerto Ricans. That right there. They came and ripped that, and those were the Ephraim tribe. Apart. They ripped it apart. Why? Because all they wanted to do is make those people go back and mine all the gold they could. And who is Ephraim? Let's read a little. I thought I read a little bit about them, who they are. 12 tribes. They Indian tribes, right? Those are okay. The Puerto Ricans are what? Indian tribes of Puerto Rico, Arawak, right?
Mm-hmm.
Indigenous. What does indigenous mean? Those are groups that's there. They're an indigenous tribe. Those tribes were there even before Esau got here. And dig that. What's going on here, man? So we already here. We already own these lands up in here. So why they come here trying to slave us? Because the Most High put us under punishment, man. That's the only reason why. Okay. We'll read about that in a second here, how we got here on slave ships, right? The Indian tribes of Puerto Rico, the Arawak, indigenous group of South America, root of partialities. In the Amazon, y'all know what that is, right? To South America, Chaco valleys, and parts of the Andes Mountain. Now, I've been to Puerto Rico. I've been to the forests up there, man. And I've met some of the Arawak people. They're just people walking around and said they're just like you and me. Hell, they look like me. Hell, well, my mother's side is Seminole Indian, so but there were people that looked different. They look people they most of them just look like Indians. The Indians, the indigenous Indians of our tribe, Arawak, right? And then you have what you call a Taino Indians, right? And I'm sure there are other tribes. Taino, that's before the arrival of the Spanish. What did that say? Before the arrival of the Spanish. Now, this is published July 24th, 2025, written by Christian Janik, M.A., Massachusetts, I guess, Latin American Hemispheric Studies, got a BA in Spanish. Whoop-de-hop-de-doo. Cool. That worked. We believe that. All right, that's fine. Let's say he's understood who we are. That's fine. That's cool. Right? Before the arrival of the Spanish to the Taino, descended from South American Arawaks. See that right there? I was down there in Puerto Rico. I was talking to the lady who told me she was Arawak. And then I say, Taino, really? That's what she was explaining her tribe. And I said, boy, that sounds familiar. See? Okay. Descended from the Southern American Arawaks, were the dominant culture in much of the Caribbean. You see that right there? The Caribbean. We're already down there. So how are Spaniards? They taught us Spanish because they ruled over us. So you got a lot of Taino. Can you picture it? Taino Indians, Arawak Indians speaking Spanish, and they call them Puerto Rican because it's rich port. That's what they call themselves now. That's what the Spanish renamed them, calling them that. But they're really Aparium, the tribe of Ephraim. Y'all see that right there? This is what we got to go through all of this, man. Okay, but that's what it is. That's where we come from. That's where this tribe, Parium, Ephraim, come from. Right? That makes sense. Okay, y'all understand? Mm-hmm. So we good with that? Y'all all good? And I'm not gonna go any further because that would take me another. Just to do it right, to do justice, I'm gonna leave that on the board. I'm not going to erase. To do it justice, we will keep that on the board, and then next week we'll finish up 6 more, and of course we'll come in and we'll learn how to translate more. That's very important. These right here, understanding how to translate. Jesus, transliterate. Let me hold a minute. All right, to transliterate. Okay, what we got? Comment?
Azra said that it means fruitful.
That's right. They're fruitful. Clap it up for them. Fruitful. We'll get what they mean, but if you understand what they mean, we'll write them down next week. But go ahead.
And Brooke asks, were the Indians the first people here?
The Indians were. The Indians also, and also from the black people that were in Europe came over here already too. But the Indians, yeah, those Taino, Arawak. Why you think Guatemalans, Mexicans, Aparium, Ephraim, they all look alike? They all got that Indian look. But I'm just saying, they're our brothers. Okay, yes, they were. You don't think the white man was the first one here, was he? Nah. He wasn't even the first one on this earth. The Lord just threw him in here so he could put us in slavery. Let me read this text here before we close, all right? So y'all understand. Who said that? Asked that, Brooke? Mm-hmm. No, yeah, they weren't the first one here. No, we were the first one. Oh, the Indians were the first one. Yes. You call them Indians because I think one of them was looking for India, something like that. But that's not their real name. The Tainos, Arawaks, and so on and so forth, all right? But they thought they were looking for a new passage to India and Columbus and whatever. They set sail over here and called, and we were already here. Lord discovered they saw black people, they saw Arawaks, they saw Taino, they saw some of the tribes that you see in America right now. You know? Somebody else got something?
I don't Officer Abban Quara. Checking in from Greenville.
Checking in. Clap it up. Yeah, how about Jimmy Abshai Baraka Thumb Adawan? Abban Qarab, Officer 5000 Greenville, South Carolina. Learning Lashawan Qadash. That's glad you can have us in, sir. But that's these tribes coming in from Arawaks, Taino, and all these different tribes. Those are the indigenous tribes. Yes, we were the first in the beginning. We were, of course. And go ahead.
Salakia, Brooke said, were there blacks here too?
Yeah, that's what I said. The black people who already came. Because see, we were in Europe before the white man was. We came over here. Okay, how you think we came over here in ships before they did, and then we were here already. You see, so when the white man set sail on here, blacks and Indians were here. All right, so that's what it is. And of course, they took the they they killed all of us basically, and got our land and enslaved us. When I say kill all of us, they put us in slavery. Is what I'm getting at. Okay, all right, that makes sense. But Deuteronomy 28 and 68, right? Let's read that. So the Most High said where we would, how we would wind up in ships here before we end. It says this, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there shall be sold, and there they shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen, bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. That's what we are, slaves. That's what you think of bondmen and bondwomen war. That's what the 12 tribes are now. We're slaves right here in America, right? Um, being in Egypt is the same, as synonymous as saying being in America. That Egypt, what happened in Egypt is happening to us right now. Okay. That's what you have to understand. That's what the 12 tribes of Israel are going through. That makes sense. And the Lord said, I'll bring you again with ships. That means those was the sail ships that came over, that took us to another land that we would be in bondage with, the same way we were in Egypt. That's what the Lord heard. This is our punishment. And we're that close to being out of captivity. That makes sense? Very close. So now ain't the time to be doing anything else but obedience with the Most High, right? That's exactly right. With ships, by the way thereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. Since we sailed across, of course, we came here. Our people already came through some of the passages and found our way over here. The rest of us came through slave ships. That's what this is saying. That's how we got here, right? And when we saw it, we'll see our land no more again. That's what happened. But Esau brought us as slaves unto the coast and all the other areas. That's where you see all the 12 tribes are situated, and from the Caribbeans all the way up through the Americas, right? That's what you got to understand. Of course, some of us are already here, the Indians, Arawaks, Tainos, and Puerto Rico and all those lands. So no one, they didn't discover nothing. We were already, how you going to discover land, Esau, when we're already here? That makes sense? And there you shall be sold. We were sold, man, into our enemies. Who do you think our enemies were? That was Esau, Edom, or the white man, right? He sold us into slavery for bondmen and bondwomen. That makes sense? And no man shall buy you, right? So that's what we are. So to explain the chart real quick again, we're the 12 tribes of Israel, and I didn't explain all of them because we didn't have time really. We said Yahanna. Make sure when you transliterate this, we use the right connectors. That's what you got to understand. The ancient Hebrew has the Yahawada, Judah. Okay, Yahawada. All right, that's like a lion. They're the Negroes or the blacks. The West Indians, that's the wolf. Ban Yam Yan. Ban Yam Yan, or the same as saying Benjamin. So there's Judah, Benjamin. Then you have Law Yah. Lawya or Levi. Those are the Haitians that are joined in that island next to the Dominican Republic. And you have Shaimawan or Shaimawan right there, or Simeon. Those are the Dominicans or Dominican Republic that live there right now, right? Or Za Ba La One. Now watch your connectors here. Za, one at a time. Full sound. Za, Z, ba. That's what you guys done because you're so good at it. Za, ba, la, one. One. See how that connector join these two sounds together? That's what this is. One. That's what you have to understand. Especially when we go to this, getting back to Simeon here. I was telling one of the sisters, I can't remember, I think it was Takawa. But when you got there, this is very unusual that when you get a ma and an I together, it sounds just like that. You omit the ah sound in there. You don't need it because that I takes precedence over it. That is a rule there. My. So it's Shamawan, Simeon, Slakia. Or Zabawalan, Zabawalan, or Zebulon. Za, ba, la, and then you have one. See how this joined together with that dependent connector. You can't get this out of the ancient Hebrew. I mean the Assyrian Hebrew. You can only get this connectors out of what? Ancient Hebrew. Okay. Then you have, of course, ah, pa, ra, yum. There's that. These are individual connectors or what? Or independent connectors. Ah, then you have a pa, and then you have a ra. Then you have a yam. There's that yam again. See, it just so happened to be in this word right here. That yam. Well, that yam comes from joining the ya and the ma together. Yum. That's important. Aparium or Ephraim. It even sounds like it. Aparium, Ephraim. And then those, of course, are the Puerto Ricans. But Zabawalan, I'm sorry, Zebulon are the Guatemalans, Guatemala, and Panama, all the way to Panama. I'll say to Panama. To Panama, right? That means all the people that's right in that area, they're actually Zebulon. Okay? That's what you got to understand. Because of Parium, of course. These are 6 tribes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Of course, I got 6 more to do. I'll have to do next week. So don't think these are all the 12 tribes. I just didn't get to do all of them. I'm not going to say the 6 tribes of Israel. I just haven't gotten them all done. So if y'all got it like that, clap it up for class right there, right? Clap it up for class. That's what you got to understand. Any questions? Anybody? All right. Everybody. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barakathum Yahweh Shema Alatham by Shem Yahweh Shai to my sisters. I'm glad all the brothers, Bankara for see you in class. And who was that young man?
Michael Love.
Michael Love, yes. I'm glad you joined class. We salute you, brothers and the sisters, in class. Glad you have a good time, man. And been in class. Anybody got any comment?
Michael Love saluted.
Right.
You, sir.
There you go. Appreciate that. Let's clap it up for class again, man. Michael Love, appreciate that. All right. Where we at? Okay, let's read the security announcements here. We are the ISUPK, start off 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, roof for the new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world, right? That makes sense? Yeah. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it after 6 months. If a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head, okay? To speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and the sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi 8:3, 8, 10. Okay? Means tenth in the Hebrew, 10% of every penny of increase the Lord or the Most High gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher, priest fund. Free will offering for the priest, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you will like. of holy convocation, upcoming holy convocations. Um, we have the feast of dedication. That's what it's called. Hanukkah, 25th day of the ninth month by the space of 8 days. That will be this year, Sunday, the 14th December, 2025, for 8 days. First Maccabees 4:52 and 61. Okay, and then we have remind Akim and Aqua checks a bulletin board to the hallway if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, and headband and scarf. Remember to pay your tithe, and remember to the ISUPK.com. Remember to pay your $200 Passover fee. We're gonna have what in Houston, Texas this year. To call the captains and the different officers to understand where the Passover is. Also, let's see, what else? Did I miss anything? Like I said, remember to pay your tithe and the Passover fees. $200. That's per person, right? That's for all people above. I think is it 18? 17. 17. 17. You have a glorious time down there, right? Okay. All right. So we're gonna stand and salute our brothers. Okay. All right. Mam Shabbat. Majid. Barak. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Barak. A thumb to my brothers, Sar and face sisters. Mam Shabbat. Majid. Yahweh Shemar Alathan Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shema, Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Yah Mata. Class dismissed.